And I'm going to have a boxing review. This is the Floyd Mayweather Marcus Maidana 2 fight review. So just last night, Floyd Mayweather fought Marcus Maidana in a rematch for the WBC, WBA, Ring Magazine, and also the WBC welterweight and light middleweight titles. So it was a rematch after they fought in May of this year for the WBA and WBC Ring Magazine welterweight titles. Going to this fight, as many people do know, Floyd Mayweather did struggle in the large part of the first fight, simply because his tactics were wrong. He was on the ropes too much, and he let Maidana smother him with body shots, head shots, and he let Maidana get a foothold in the fight. Gradually, second half of the fight, Mayweather prevailed, landing his signature right hand and breaking Maidana down using his speed and movement. So he got a majority decision, but because Maidana did quite well, there's a big call for a rematch. So they had a rematch, and my thoughts on the fight was a bit mixed. I mean, normally if you're going to have a rematch, the person who won the fight, in my view, would normally know everything about your opponent already, which obviously is a classic case in this fight. So obviously Mayweather knew Maidana and Maidana knew Mayweather, and they knew their strengths and both their weaknesses. So when this fight did come around, it was going to be an exciting fight because Marcus Maidana is a tough, good fighter. Not necessarily the best skilled fighter, but he's got good determination, good power. So you know Maidana was going to give it all from start to finish. Mayweather do know the classic boxer, head movement, the speed, the defence. Like I said, obviously you've got a complete package as far as I'm concerned in boxing at this current point. So as the fight came around, hopefully I thought Maidana would maybe pick off where he left off, but have a 12-round plan, not maybe a 6-round to 8-round game plan. But I was wrong. Maidana changed his approach, which I thought was the wrong decision, because in the early stages of the fight he was using his jab. He was jabbing Mayweather, which was a good point, but he didn't really follow up properly, which is a shame because I thought Maidana would throw more punches, and he had him on the ropes. Yeah, he did throw good punches when he was on the ropes, but he didn't really land the big punches and bunches like he did in the first fight, which was a shame because I thought Maidana would throw more punches. But it was more reserve approach, which was good in the long run, but at the start of the fight it didn't really work out. First 3 rounds Maidana looked like he was getting out, probably dominated, get out, just not really dominated in every department, but he was in the fight, but it just masterclass from Mayweather. And then the third round, right at the bell, a good right hand, stiff from Mayweather's legs, it did look hurt, but from then on, round 4, Maidana probably did deserve the round. He was more busy, got through more punches, had more success, but apart from that, Mayweather did, like what many people did expect him to do, dominate the fight for large parts of the fight, and that's why I thought Mayweather deserved to win. In the round 8, Maidana apparently bit for Mayweather, but in the replays, yeah, it looked like Maidana did have his face in Mayweather's glove. But to say you've bit someone is a big obviously claim, because they've got a mouthpiece and they've got the padding from the glove as well. And apparently from then on, Mayweather said he couldn't feel his hand properly, went all numb, and he was restricted from throwing his left hand, I think, or maybe his right hand. But then again, it didn't really matter, because after that, when he got the point deducted later on in the fight, when he pushed Mayweather down after he was, even though Mayweather was pushing his away with his elbow, which obviously is a legal move, nothing really, the referee Kenny Bayless didn't really pick it up correctly, which I thought was a bad decision. But then when later on in the fight, when Maidana did it to Mayweather, throwing him to the ground, he got point deducted. So you knew for the remainder of the fight, Maidana would have to win all the rounds quite convincingly or go for the knockout. He didn't do either. Mayweather just dominated, picking apart Maidana. Maidana, to his credit, stuck into the fight, was there to the end, did do the best he could, but nothing really to show for his efforts, which is a shame, because I thought Maidana would give a lot more effort later on in the rounds. Yeah, like I said, he did do okay. He had a couple of good shots, but nothing really going to worry Mayweather. So as obviously the end of the fight came, Mayweather won by unanimous decision, putting the end to the 2 fights. 2 great fights. It was still really exciting to watch. I mean, like I said at the beginning of the video, Mayweather and Maidana, 2 good styles clashing. Maidana's always going to give you excitement. Mayweather might be boring, but it's effective. He's been doing it since the beginning of his career, so you can't really mow Mayweather on his part. A few problems with the fight though has to be the referee Kenny Bayless. Mayweather Maidana, as many people do know, he does like to rough up his opponents, move in, smother him with the body shots, rough him up, play dirty. And every time Maidana, every couple of times he went in there, Kenny Bayless broke him up, which I think was a bit annoying because this is probably like similar to Mayweather's fight with Ricky Hatton in 2007. Every time Hatton came in, Joe Cortez, the referee for that fight, kept breaking him up, which became frustrating because Hatton wasn't able to land any of his big shots, body shots, rough him up like he normally would do in his other fights. Same with Maidana, not as bad as Cortez was in that fight, but Bayless didn't do a very good job. And when Mayweather was using his elbow to push Maidana back, he was just giving him warnings, he wasn't really giving him any points. But when Maidana did that one big foul, he decided to give Maidana a points deduction. So it wasn't a really good performance from Kenny Bayless. Yeah, he was in there and he did do the correct job in areas, but the small little details, I don't think he did a great job. But after the fight, the interviewers did say who do you want to fight next. Of course, Manny Pacquiao's name was to get announced. I don't believe the hype. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather aren't going to fight. But then again, Amir Khan might be able to fight Floyd Mayweather as well, so who knows. Personally, I think we should fight Amir Khan, and his last fight should be Manny Pacquiao. But who knows, time will tell. I don't think Mayweather will fight either of them. He might fight Danny Garcia, has been a name thrown about, and he might fight someone lesser opponent like he's been doing recently for his last fight, and he'll just retire and be undefeated. Marcus Maidana could carry on fighting, but who knows. So this has been my Floyd Mayweather Marcus Maidana 2 review. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video.